What's going on, gamers? What's going on, world? So we got some more news here about Dragon Age Veilguard from Gums today, and other articles that I have read. What I find interesting about this is this writer right here, David Gator. Some of the stuff this guy said just shows how slow he is and how mentally warped he is. Um, and he should put up a mirror when he says some of these labels we're gonna get to. This is my thing too. Your tweets are protected, coward. Slow, like I said, warped. And let's talk about this even more. We saw a lot of controversies happen this year. Definitely Ubisoft. They're the biggest controversy this year. Sweet Baby Inc. as well is around there as well. Used to be like with them. And why is it that every time these people post something and they get exposed, they go and hide their tweets and protect them? How is that going to help you? I want you guys to think about this. Woman too watching. If you say these things, right? Which means you're dishing out stuff to the public, and then you get exposed and then you protect it. How is that going to help you? That does not make you look intelligent. It does not make you look courageous. It does not make you look wise. It makes you look stupid. And you would think, like, at this point, too, how many people have been doing this? Can we go back to IGN? Can we go back to Kotaku? Can we go back to Sweet Baby Inc? And all these he, her, she, him. He's doing it too. He, him. See that right there? Uh, he does it too. He's just an idiot. Um, like you would think that after they've done it, you would learn from their behavior, but no, it seems to be a pattern. Like this hive mindset that they have going on that keeps on doing this. So I just want to say that why do you do this? It does not help you whatsoever. If people already have what you said, locking it does not help because it's already there, and deleting it and then redoing your page, because it like I said, it's not gonna help. It's already out. So stop being dumb. So let's go with some things here that I think is very interesting. And actually, before I go to this right here, let's go up here real quick. Let's see what this guy says. The females aren't hot enough. They're not females. You're twisting them with your weirdo spirit. Look at this. Why does a female have an Adam's apple? What's hot about this? That's weird. This androgynous spirit that you're enforcing onto people because the person that is directing this game is a non-binary spirit, androgynous spirit. So you would think they can't help but because they're like that because they're confused that they want to project that confusion and enforce it onto other people, millions of people, when the majority of the gaming world is like 97% people that are not with that 98, maybe even more. You know what I mean? Because the gaming industry was not built around this weird stuff, and now you want to try to enforce it en masse to all those people, and you get mad when they reject it when that's not what it was built around. They do this a lot. Look at Star Wars. Look at everything. We see these cultures and these IPs and franchises that are built with so much love and so much epicness, and then they try to come in there and enforce things that just don't belong in there, and then they get mad when the majority reject it. Of course they're going to. You're stupid for not realizing that. And then when they don't, you want to stick these childish labels on them? Get out of here with that crap. So yeah, we see this, right? So yeah, let's take a look at this. Females aren't hot enough. Yet, because they've clued into the notion this is obviously incel behavior, once again, you know what? I'm getting tired of this word being used in a manner where it just doesn't make sense. Like, it's another thing for like saying somebody's racist or bigot because you can't say anything intelligent and you can't handle that you're getting exposed and that your bullshit is not working anymore. Maybe that fits you. Look at you. You look like some weird demon. Your face and everything. You look like a weirdo. I wouldn't trust that look. You're the incel. You're the porn watcher. They've swapped out unattractive for masculine and thus transgender because that's a framing which makes them seem political instead of porn brained, right? This guy. So basically, this guy is saying that all the people that have a problem with this are people that watch porn that have to see stuff that they see on a porn screen. Absolutely stupid. You know how many people live godly lives, don't watch that crap, are pure hearted, and have wonderful looking women, and the women have wonderful looking men, And they do not think like that whatsoever. And they would not want their children to even be associated with that at all. But this guy's trying to box everyone into that label that if you are like that, you have an incel label, right? Even if you're married, right? Which is kind of stupid. Definitely not a problem for me. Um, and not only do you have the incel label on your book cover from them, but you're porn brained, which I haven't watched that in years. No, I'm not fake. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say anything that, that is a real net subject. I don't watch it for what? Anytime that was even brought up, it was the females that wanted to do that. But anyways, like I said, I don't watch that crap. So once again, I would rather have a good looking character from an artist, right? Not you forcing weird stuff on me, which I think, like I said, is politics invading the gaming industry and making problems where these problems just do not belong. And now you have people focusing on problems that just shouldn't have been there in the first place. And we can't get to the real problems, gaming development, real gaming problems, right? Real engagement with the developers in the gaming community, where if there's stuff going on like this, it's something that can actually help, or it's something gaming related, not bringing weird stuff in here that just doesn't belong in here and where it's not based around. And then hiring people for agendas to push, narratives to fit these type of agendas, and then these people just don't love the gaming world. They're just not qualified to be in that position. It's not in their heart and soul, and they don't love developing. You see, it's just all a bunch of nonsense. But who are the entities behind this? Well, we need to think about the Communist Party. We need to think about the Democratic Party, right? They don't give a shit about gaming. All they know is that it's the biggest entertainment industry in the world now. So let's get in there and make some money off of it, and let's ruin, good things that barely most people have left in this world, and take over it and enforce our weird stuff into it. This religious dark cult that they're running that is doing this with the Baphomet. So that's my thing about what I have to say about this guy, because we have to call these people out, and we have to go into details here. Let's go up here. It's ridiculous because every female character in Dragon Age is gorgeous except for Sister Patris. They're just mad they aren't white. That's not even a problem with this game. Once again, here you go with your identity politics. When your idea of beauty is framed solely by the porn you watch, I don't watch porn, and plenty of other people that are on this subject don't either. See, he's just trying to box everybody into it. And the anime you prefer, then no, they aren't, not to them. And they very likely pine for the days when every female character existed to be beautiful and wonder what could have changed. The world changed, dude. No, you're just a weirdo. This is why on projects, I've always encouraged teams to just go for it when it comes to representation. And look at her. It's always these weird looking people, right? Because you're the ones that are not attractive. The worst people in the world are going to complain. The worst people in the world. No, I would say, once again, you see these labels they try to project out? Maybe you should put them on yourself. We're going to complain just as hard if you have a single POC or a whole diverse cast, so you just might as well do it, right? They're trying to make themselves feel better in their little weird little clique that nobody wants, because this is a way to make themselves feel comfortable, right? Because they can't handle the truth, obviously. Yeah, definitely can't handle it. Uh, don't dish out what you can't take. Yeah, we just went over that. So yeah, that's my thing about this. Like they've already damaged this series big time. And what happened to the BioWare that used to make amazing 90 meta games, right? Like Jade Empire, Star Wars: The Old Republic 1, Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic 2, Mass Effect 1, Mass Effect 2, Mass Effect 3, Baldur's Gate. You know what I mean? That BioWare, And when they did fall, they had different issues. Now you have that BioWare that we just didn't like since Mass Effect Andromeda and Anthem. Now are mixed in with this. I can't see that being anything other than suicide. You know what I mean? How is that going to turn out to be well? So let's go right here. This is also to end it off. We've seen this, right? Which came after them complaining that none of the women in Dragon Age 2 were up to their standards either. Isabella being, and I quote, too exotic. Oh, I don't want to know what you think of is exotic. Oh, I absolutely remember those exact words from elements of our fandom to my eternal disgust. I remember that about Isabella, which is super weird given how some are using her as an example of good female design. I love Isabella. She was a hoot, but the portion of people did not believe this back then. Yeah, the mantra of the BioWare fan is the game about to come out is garbage. Why didn't you make it exactly like the last game, which was perfect? Repeat this every game launch until the heat death of the universe. Yeah, okay. Let's see what some people have to say down here. Whenever we push back against the attitude in the industry, we got accused of terrible things. That's when we realized there's no middle ground. Grums isn't lying. These people legitimately hate gamers. Yeah, they do. This is because the industry invited in politics. Before this, there was no divide between studios and gamers. Unfortunately, these companies need to fail. I'm not saying this out of spite. It's just a fact. They are unsalvageable. No, that's exactly what needs to happen. Like it just all needs to die, and that's exactly what's going on. It's like just like Elon Musk said, AI needs to die. The point was to end discrimination. I replace it with another one. So that's a very true statement, and we need to get them out because they're trying to destroy the worlds that we cared about and that we supported for a long time. Look at what they're doing to Japan recently. You got to think about it. Like you have no, guys, think about this double standard, gaslighting, and trying to double bind you. Right? This, I want you to think about this mindset that I'm about to give you. That's come into their world. These are series that they've cared and supported about for years. The series was built around this type of fan base. Let's come in with like 1% of these type of weirdos. And then let's mass enforce this into the 99% fan base that does not want this, right? And then let's invade the industry, cause a bunch of massive layoffs by being funded by the far left political party and the Communist Party so that we can tank the stock and make it cheap and come in there and take over the companies and get the IPs and put it underneath our belt and make ourselves look better. Yeah, that's the Communist Party for you. And while we're destroying it and putting in weird stuff that they don't like, because this is the only thing they probably have left in this world, because a large portion of it is already insane and went mad. When they have the right to retaliate, let's go ahead and stick these labels on them, because they can't do that. So you can't get mad. You have to have a perfect smile on your face while they run around and do this. And then you're a bigot, you're a racist, or you're an incel, or all this type of stuff. You kind of see the pattern here. Yeah, I'm calling that out. Not working on me. I don't have a low IQ and I'm not an idiot. But this is what they're trying to do. So do not fall for that type of stuff. Do not feel guilty. Do not let that work on you. Because there's a lot of people in school that are growing up that are still vulnerable to this type of stuff and they don't know any better. Because when you were in high school, or maybe when you were in middle school and you were playing video games, you just wanted to play the game. You wouldn't have seen it like this, right? Because I've been on Earth for 35 years in this body, right? You know what I mean? Though I look a lot younger, but I take care of myself. I got these sunny traits. But I've said to the younger generation, we have to help them out. They could fall prey to this type of behavior, and their minds are now looking at this. The people growing up now, I feel bad for them, right? Because it's really bad for them. They're trying to poison their minds and influence them with this Baphomet dark cult religion, these Satanists. So they're just here to destroy. And they're not here to make your world better. They want to destroy it and replace it with their weird nonsense. And then when you try to push it back, they try to gaslight you. They try to attack you. They try to take you down, right? They try to hit you with a double standard. Don't go for it. Don't back down. Nobody wants this. Nobody wants Concord. You know what I mean? Nobody wants Suicide Squad. Nobody wants that ugly Mrs. Freeze. Nobody wants any of your crap. Nobody wants the Assassin's Creed Shadows, right? And it's not that Yusuke did anything, but it's more like it's the DEI aspect and the way that you used it. You know what I mean? Because that's supposed to be a Japanese game. There's nothing wrong with that. It's supposed to be a Japanese game. Just, you know what I mean? Nobody wants a Japanese modified Chinese environment. Nobody wants, terrible things like putting sakura trees in autumn. Nobody wants you to disrespect their culture that gave them anime and great video games and programming and development, starting with Nintendo. It's the reason why we got gaming in America today. They saved video games to make you even be able to be on the PC even if you don't have a Nintendo. So we got to, respect people and respect the legacy and respect the Godfathers and, respect the elders. But, people don't do that today. But this type of behavior is just not called for. I love Dragon Age 1. I did not love Dragon Age 2, but I enjoyed it. I really liked Dragon Age 3 Inquisition as well, not as much as 1. And I liked Solus. And just look at what they did. Guys, when I saw this game multiple times, I'm telling you, when I took a look at it, I'm like, this just feels alien. Like, I felt like there was no soul there. Like something came and took the soul out of it. and then the art just felt weird. But then you're hitting me with like this, all these little visuals and effects. Oh, the world looks beautiful. Every game looks good. But when it comes to this activist nonsense and putting a non-binary person into that universe, the director leading that and enforcing that, that means that you're going to invade all the dialogue and choices that I make. That is a massive thing when it comes to BioWare games. I think we all know this, right? Choices, dialogue. Just like if you did that with a Bethesda game, right? Because those type of developers and those type of worlds, dialogue and choices are incredibly important. And if you're trying to enforce that upon me, let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. Let's go down here. Here we go. Romances were and still may be gender locked unless you choose a pronoun other than he, him. You must be pansexual or you were are restricted to two romance options, Neve and Harding, while other choices may romance anyone. This might have changed due to Baldur's Gate 3's success and influence. But this is what I mean right here, because it's slowly sleeping in and it's trying to get you to accept it and trying to just make it bigger and bigger and bigger so it could just put its seed into your worlds. No, pull out the roots and get rid of it. Check this out. Introduces himself with immersion breaking modern language. Identify myself as non-binary. This is what I mean. It's enforcing it. You can't even have your organic, natural universe now. It just has to be genetically modified with this nonsense. Solus got sidelined hard, right? But we knew how big of an ending he had in Inquisition. But now look at what they're doing. These are what some people are saying with the leaks. The story is disappointment after disappointment. Facial animation is Andromeda all over again in plastic, which I assume is a lot of my face is tired quality. Inquisitor and Inquisition is corrupt and may not be of any help even if you didn't disband it. Choices don't matter. It's Mass Effect 3 again. Yeah, because look at who you have trying to run it. These people, like I said, you're not a real video game developer. You're not a real director for worlds like this. You just want to enforce your politics and use people that do have the experience to do the work for you and have that a portion of that for the people who didn't rebel and got laid off, right? Because that's what happens. So we see this is the type of stuff that's happening here, right? And if I'm wrong, y'all come and tell me. You know they'll come in with their bots though and all that, but this is kind of like what I wanted to say about this because I'm just so tired of this crap now. And another thing to look at is the pre-orders right here. 3 times less than Star Wars Outlaws. Oh. Hey, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, says John F. Trent. He's cool. I like him. Um, but yeah, dude, this ain't gonna help you. You're just making yourself look dumb. Everything you said is already out. People have it. So that's what I wanted to say about this. Let me know what y'all think. I'm annoyed because I was really looking forward to the next Dragon Age, and now they ruined another series I cared about. So you damn right I'm gonna rip you apart because you're annoying and you're coming in messing up stuff that we care about. You want to cause damage? Now we're gonna cause damage the right way. All right, y'all. Like, subscribe, help this channel out. Gonna keep going, and we ain't backing down from this. Peace out.